And when I did the Al Smith dinner, there's the dais room where we all sit and then we line up and go in there.
Right.
And they were waiting for Trump. And it was very interesting because these are all billionaires and politicians. And then Trump shows up and you could see like he even had an effect on the guy who owns Home Depot.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And and a lot of them hate each other.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it was like, it was a strange kind of glance at a high school that I didn't go to.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
was like, oh, yeah, so, Letitia James and Trump. I know what's going on there. And then Kathy, and then Chuck Schumer and Trump. I know what's going on there. And then there's the other people that are like Maria Bartiromo was there, and I know what's going on with that. And so it was fascinating.
Is it fascinating that because it seems, I was talking about this with Kimmel too, that it seems when you watch it from the outside and they're all saying hateful things about each other and then you hear stories like that, like they just are like backstage or whatever, and they're like chummy. And it's almost like it's professional wrestling in a way. Like it's very performative. And then they're like, that was a good one last week.
No, there is something really, I mean, I think that way about, politicians are so weird for so many reasons. They're like, what if there was an entertainment industry, but we weren't paid? You know what I mean? That's what politics is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though a lot of them end up being millionaires. I don't know how that happens. No, I think that there's a real, the entertainment industry, you can't really take things personally.
Yeah.
But some of the things, I feel like Biden, I don't know but like even when he picked Kamala to be his VP, I was like, dude, she was the one that almost derailed your campaign completely.
Right.
And he was like,
Yeah.
So like, there is part of me I view that forgiveness as something I'm envious of, and also kind of like, you're weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I do think that with at the Al Smith dinner, it was pretty interesting the way Trump really went after de Blasio. Like, it was just like, I was like, all right. Like,
you did such a good job on that. You did such a great job.
But it was bordering on, but it was...
His attack of him?
It was just kind of odd. Like, where you're like, I don't know if you need to go that deep. But I walked away with, so like when you were talking about like doing solo shows, like when you're doing great on stage, you might be sitting, might be standing flat-footed a little bit, right? Not defensive. You're not on your heels. But you're most likely at the beginning of a show, you're on the balls of your feet, right? Yeah. And with Trump, I felt like he was on his heels. Not in a defensive way, just kind of like that, like just so smooth and easy, and just like slaying.
Right.
I was like, and so I watched him. I was sitting right next to him, and I was like, and he was like, and it was interesting because then when I watched the footage, it was, I was like, it's a little bit how like some people are better looking on camera. Yeah. Like he has such a presence and a personality. Yeah. That, he's kind of like just these throwaway lines land well. I'm trying to think of like if there's a comedian like that is just very that just throws it away. The cavalier nature comes across as a strength. Like Tosh, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And just...
He's like, he's enjoying it so much just himself that it's...
Yeah, well, Trump obviously doesn't... He doesn't care if de Blasio... Like, but like in his mind, he's like, all right, I'm going to do a couple... all right, I didn't like... He looks around the room, didn't like that person. That person betrayed me. I'm going to destroy them. But in kind of a... much more of a 3D chess thing than simple revenge. Does that make sense?
No.
It's like he was I feel like just the way he embraced Chuck Schumer and Governor Hochul in a way where you know that he's had falling out with Schumer, and you know he's had weird, awkward business relation. I think he's a lot more forgiving than he's betrayed. But there's certain cuts that he won't forgive.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he's playing it.
Like he kind of
unemotionally.
He kind of defended Eric Adams up there.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
And so I'm sitting there going, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure Eric Adams, as a price of entry to be mayor of New York, was probably pretty staunchly anti-Trump. But I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's just...
But it was, you're indicted, I'm indicted.
I think that there's certain people that are just playing at a different level. Like I feel like Jon Stewart's playing at a different level than a lot of us. Yeah,
I remember when Trump came on the marriage ref, which is the only time I was interacting with him. He came on the marriage ref and he entered the makeup area. He's a pretty tall guy, pretty dominant figure, and tonight's going to be great. We're going to get great ratings. We're going to get great ratings. People are really going to. What are you going to see tomorrow? And he's been talking that way for 40 years. We're going to kill it tonight. We're going to get the numbers. Wait till you see what I do tonight. He's been talking that way forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
There's no wavering. There's no he's so dialed in on this is the game.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.